Hi and welcome, guys. This is another beautiful morning in West Sussex and I'm just about ready to go to work, and I just couldn't find my selfie stick today. I was like I can't find it, so I was running a little bit late, but I've had this pressing thing. I couldn't even sleep last night because this thing has been really bugging me that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to leave it too late because then I'll forget and then it won't be so important after a few weeks, and then I'll find something else a little bit more interesting to talk about and it will get lost. But I really just wanted to do this video because I have seen too much of this going on, and I really believe that we as women have the power. I'm taking you guys, I wonder if I can turn this camera around so you guys can see the path I'm walking on. Is so pretty. Sort of have to go through a little cove. I love this. This is another part that I take. Great for meditation and thought. It's so beautiful. And there are all these lovely houses that are secluded on this side. Over here. Okay. Don't think you can quite see it. But like really sort of out of London. I really need to learn how to work this. Cute little homes, just facing a really quiet path. I love that one, little bungalow. Yeah, really picturesque. But yes, my friend was like, stop showing us places and just talk. And basically today's video is about stop getting impressed by nonsense. You know, Steve Harvey says in his book that men have all the things that they have and buy all the things that they buy to impress women. Otherwise, they wouldn't even bother. They would live in caves. And I was talking to a guy friend of mine. He was saying exactly the same thing. And he was like, Chengi, look, we do everything. The car we drive, the house we live in, whether we make it good or not. It's just so that we can attract women. Because really, that's what it's all about. Left to ourselves, if there were no women on the planet, we just would live in some sort of shack and just not bath and just, you know. And I was sort of reflecting and thinking, and I've had way too many conversations with way too many men and been a part of certain discussions with certain kind of guys where I realized that actually, really the woman is the one that really determines what a man has to be in order for her to have him or for him to have her. Women always really do ultimately set the standards, and there was a time when women required men to be of sound character and of sound mind and to be honorable. There was a time when the man's reputation for being honorable was the only thing that he needed in order for him to capture the heart of a woman. Of course, he needed to be of a certain social status in his families, etc. There were all of those things, but they were not primary. His reputation in the town and in the city was important for him to even have a shot with. He had to be a hero. He had to prove himself to be amongst the better of men, and he had to lead with his character, and he had to develop himself. He had to be a gentleman. He had to know how to treat a lady, and all of those virtues have all been lost in the 21st century, because now all a man has to do is drive a Mercedes Benz. All a man has to do is have a luxury car and a big house and be utterly vacant of character and emotionally bankrupt in a million kind of ways, and all a girl is going to do is be like, oh, he's got a nice car. And this video really was just to address this ridiculousness that we, I think, as women have sort of allowed to permeate and consistently create. Or, you know, these guys, you know, we're always looking for the rich guy. Oh, I'm going to marry a rich guy, as if that is in some way, shape or form the highest virtue. You can marry a rich guy. There's nothing wrong with marrying a rich guy, but the bottom line is he going to tie you up in ropes and put you at the bottom and do all manner of sadistic behavior? I'm not saying rich people are therefore wicked. I think it takes a lot of character to build wealth, and it takes a lot of hard work to build wealth. So this is not about disqualifying the rich guy and somehow promoting Mr. Broke, Busted and Disgusted, because that doesn't work either. I'm talking about creating a society where we are builders, where women realize that it is more valuable to be a part of a process where that which I have, I'm just going to go back on the path because otherwise I'll be late. That which I have, I love this road, is what I am as a woman, is to meet a man with potential, a man with vision, but above all, require men to be decent. Require men to show you their good character. It's time we stop being impressed by fancy things. We're not animals. We're not, little children. A man doesn't just get to dangle his stuff and get your heart. Like, we need to start to require men to be gentlemen. We need to start requiring men to treat us like ladies and open doors and buy us flowers and be romantic. We need to start requiring men to make an effort emotionally in order to win our hearts. We need to require that. We need to say, look, I require it. I need you to be romantic, but I don't need you to be rich. I don't need you to have a Mercedes. Look, you're better off with a guy who takes a bus, but knows how to treat you right. Because cars, houses, look, I've always said things can always be gotten. You can always get things. But you cannot have a man who loves you and cares about you as easily as you can get things. But until women require men to be more, I don't know how many of my girlfriends or women that I know in the stories that I've been told over the years of working with women where, you just hear, there's this guy I know, he had this amazing Lexus and great car, goes to the gym, muscles and all sorts, and he married a friend of mine. And he was laden with debt. Look, people, anyone can get things. Anyone can get things. If they're prepared to take on the debt that goes with it. Every beautiful car and every nice house, not every, but most of the beautiful cars and nice houses you see, they're on some debt situation, they're on some payment plan, they're on some credit situation, and all that can tell you is that this person has got great credit. It doesn't tell you that they have money. And by the time we find ourselves in these situations with these vacant men, because the bottom line is anyone who leads with their things, anyone who leads any kind of relationship with their things, dangling their things, for me, even my girlfriends, you can't be my girlfriend or a friend of mine because you got things. You have to bring substance into my life. You have to bring quality into my life. I have to read that you are a person of substance, that you're a person of stature, that you're somebody who's got integrity and your words are real. We have to require men to have integrity, to be truthful. Let that be sexy for a change. Let a man who shows up when he says he will be sexy. Let it be attractive. Stop being impressed by the places he can take you. I know guys who, would go out at night and buy girls drinks and blow $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on drinks and party. But then if you follow them home, they live in a council estate. Filthy stinking one. Their house is filthy stinking because they don't invest in their lives. They don't invest in anything other than impressing you. And on that night, you're there doing, oh my gosh, you're probably really proud of yourself and thinking, oh my goodness, this guy he's blowing money on me. And then you go off and then you realize actually he lives in a hovel and he hasn't got anything else. Look, men who lead with their things, who lead with their substance, who lead with their materialness, tend to lack substance. That tend to lack those qualities that we need as women, that we need to promote. And some of our behavior and some of our need for shiny things and things has men committing all manner of crimes. I have some great guy friends who are just great guys. They're the guy that will listen to you, care about you, cuddle you, make sure that you're taken care of. But the bottom line is, they know that a lot of women just will not consider them because they don't have stuff. So they've gotten into shady kind of lifestyles. Sometimes we push men into compromising themselves. There's so many guys in prison today who are in there because we're trying to impress some girl who just couldn't have enough, who thought that her man had to take her shopping. What's that about, by the way? I don't get that. Look, if you want something, go buy it, okay? I don't get the whole he's gonna take me shopping and pay my bills mentality. You know, I am not saying that we shouldn't want men who are providers. I'm not saying that we should be dealing with guys who are broke, busted and disgusted and want to use us. And, you know, I'm not talking about extremities. I'm talking about judging a man and being impressed by his character. How about we try that? How about we try, oh gosh, I want him to be tall. He's got to be tall. He's just not tall enough. Because what? Look, a friend of mine said to me when we're working, because I used to be obsessed with height, you know, it's got to be 6 foot, it's got to be whatever. And you know what she said to me? She said to me, look, Chengi, height doesn't matter when you're horizontal. And that is so true. Like, who cares? When you're lying horizontal, nobody cares how tall anybody else is, you know? And the truth of the matter is, it's all sort of foolishness. What has this height got to do with the way that he treats you? Huh? So he's tall. Is he going to treat you like a princess? Is he going to treat you like you deserve? What has his height got to do with anything? Why do we put so much value on the things that don't matter? Okay, so he's tall, he can reach the tall cupboard. And maybe your guy can't necessarily reach the top cupboard and the top drawers. I'm just smiling at my neighbour taking her little doggy for a walk. I don't think you can see that. What does that mean? Okay, so you can reach cupboards, and when you walk into the room, you look like a nice little pen. He's towering over you, and when you wear your heels, he's still taller than you. So there's so many tall guys who go to the gym and look great, who, to be quite fair, don't know how to treat a lady like a lady, because men are walking around tall thinking that's all I need to be, because we put that out. If you're tall, then that's enough. If you're rich, then that's enough. If you've got a nice car, then that's enough. So I'm just trying to say to you girls that if you're going to be a high value girl, you need to be deeper than that. You need to be searching for more than that. You can't impress me with your things. I don't care. In fact, the moment you start to impress me with your things, the moment you start talking about your things, I'm bored. Keep it moving, because that means you have nothing else to offer me. You have nothing else to discuss with me that I need or that has any sort of particular value. It's just been people, I think. Yep, they come here too. Girls, we need to become more high value than that. We need to place a greater standard on ourselves and require more from our men. And then we're going to find ourselves happier. We're going to find ourselves really and truly with somebody that we can build with. Because the truth of the matter is, we're here to build with, not to enjoy the pleasures of. Even if you're a billionaire, by the time I come into your life, you're going to be a multi-billionaire. If you're a millionaire, you're going to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire. I must be here to promote you. I must be here to grow you. I must be here to give and contribute something that makes my presence in your life absolutely and totally essential, where some other young sweet little thing can't just take you away because her legs are longer and her boobs are bigger, or whatever it is that men run off with young girls for. If you don't start thinking this way, then you're going to be the girl that is left, because he is going to leave you because he's into shiny things and he's attracting people into shiny things, and you're never going to be good enough for long enough. You know, I am tired of having conversations with people and saying, you know, have you thought about Johnny? He's such a lovely guy, he's got such a beautiful spirit. And then I hear, well, he's not rich enough, he's not tall enough, it's all nonsense. And that's why I believe there's so much singleness going around, because we just will not retrain our minds and our hearts to realize that all these things that are required from men are nonsense, and you will be deceived, and you will be seduced, and you will be lied to, because things can be gotten. They can be gotten. You can steal, you can steal, you can rob, you can whatever to get things. Is that what you want? So that's the video today, girls. I hope that I've put across my heart in this situation. I'm hoping that I've put across my heart, and that we are going to evolve and begin to require more of ourselves and of our men, and begin to really shift society and really bring those good guys with great character and vision and potential, give them a chance to really show what they're made of, and really get a high value girl. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you soon. I've got to dash off to work, the job, what can I say, and I will see you soon on the other side. Take care of yourself. Love you lots.